Hi guys, this is my book talk about Lifeboat 12. So imagine you're escaping a sinking luxury ship from a German U-boat attack, and remember that you forgot your very important, very expensive wool coat. Yeah, so you run back and you grab this coat before heading to your lifeboat, and that split-minute decision just saved your life. It's a coat. What? Lifeboat 12 by Susan Hood is going to take you through all of the true events that were just described. So the summer of 1940 in England during World War II was when this book takes place. And our main character is 13-year-old Kenneth Sparks. And he was one of the lucky boys that was chosen to be evacuated to Canada. These children would be boarding the luxury liner, the SSS Benares. And he was excited and upset because he was chosen to be evacuated, but he's also going to miss his family. And he thinks that his stepmother doesn't actually want him there. And she's relieved that he's going to be gone, but she's actually doing everything that she can to keep him safe, including purchasing that very expensive, very important wool coat. So he gets to the ship. The ship is beautiful. It has all the amenities that anyone could want, including a playroom for the kids and wonderful food. It's a luxury ship, and the crew and everybody treats the children like royalty. So they think that they're out of the danger zone. They've done all of these lifeboat drills, and they're told that they're in the clear. And then one night they get hit by a torpedo, and everybody has to get evacuated to the lifeboats for real this time. So Ken is assigned to Lifeboat 8, actually, and he would be with a group of children that were younger than him. Now, before he reaches Lifeboat 8 to on board, he remembers that very important wool coat. And so he runs back to get it, and by the time that he gets back to Lifeboat 8 to get on it, it's gone. And so is everybody that was boarded on it. And when I say it's gone, it didn't like sail off. It had an incident when lowering, and it didn't even make it into the water before everybody that on Lifeboat 8 died. So if he didn't run back and get his coat, he wouldn't have made it to tell the story. So Ken has to hop on Lifeboat 12, which luckily he was one of the only ones that didn't have any events that happened before getting in the water. And he sees a lot of his friends, which is great. But he gets on this boat, and his lifeboat mates float in the sea for like 13 days before Ken recognizes a plane that sounds really familiar in a good way. So this is a completely true story. The author was able to speak to Ken Sparks himself, and she had multiple other interviews with survivors from Lifeboat 12 and from the SS Benares. And it's put into a free verse poetry format, which makes it really quick to read. It's really quick, but it's really engaging, so you whip through it real fast. Susan Hood tries to really capture the feeling of Ken and all the others involved, and includes the terrifying moments, the moments of relief, and just those feelings of being on the ocean for 13 days with no food and like very little clean water, and just getting you're bored out of your mind. So, and there's waves and all that good stuff. So the pictures are actually in here too are of real events, which is actually really cool. And there's real interview accounts to make up the details to make the reader feel more connected to the story and the characters. So I'm going to leave you guys with this little quote from the middle of the book. For us, there's nothing to occupy our time, nothing to see but the sea, the ocean of gray melting into the mist that rise into the steely sky. There's nothing to break the horizon, or the rows of relentless waves marching us to the ends of the earth. So what's going to happen to Ken and the crew of Lifeboat 12? You're going to have to just read this awesome book to find out. Thanks, guys.